All right, so you've been wondering, like, how does a new pope even get chosen? And well, today,
Yeah.
we're diving deep
Deep dive.
into the Vatican
Exactly.
to figure out just how that fascinating process works.
Absolutely.
So don't worry, we're going to keep this nice and tight.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes, we're going to hit all the key points.
Yep.
But without, like, getting bogged down
Totally.
in a bunch of, like, super in-depth
Mm-hmm.
details. And to help us kind of navigate this papal puzzle,
Yeah.
we have joining us today an expert in religious history
Yes.
and selection processes.
It's great to be here.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, it really is a fascinating process. It's full of, centuries-old tradition.
Right.
And I'd say a good, healthy dose of drama.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, so I'm really curious about this whole, like, conclave thing.
Yeah.
I've heard it's, like, super secretive. What actually happens behind those closed doors?
Okay, so imagine this, like, picture in your mind, right? The Pope has passed. Cardinals from all over the world, from every corner of the globe.
Wow.
They converge on the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
They are completely cut off from the outside world.
What?
No phone calls, no internet, no nothing.
Oh, my God.
They're completely cut off until they elect the next leader of the Catholic Church.
That's a lot of pressure.
Talk about pressure.
Geez, okay, hold on. Back up a sec. These cardinals, they sound like a pretty powerful group.
Mm.
How do they even get chosen to be in this, like, inner circle?
So they're appointed by the Pope himself.
Oh, wow.
You can almost think of them kind of like the church's regional CEOs.
Okay.
Each one of them leads a key diocese around the world.
Interesting.
And here's the real kicker. Here's the thing. They're the only ones who get to vote for the new pope.
Wow, sorry.
And some of them even have backgrounds as Vatican diplomats. So you're adding like another layer of global politics onto all of this.
Right, like intrigue.
Absolutely.
It's fascinating. Okay, so we got this, like, elite group locked away
Locked away.
in the Vatican, tasked with choosing the next leader.
For over 1 billion Catholics.
Over 1.3 billion.
Okay, now I'm like really intrigued.
Okay.
How does the voting even work?
All right, so picture this. It's a series of secret ballots.
Okay.
This process has been pretty much unchanged for centuries.
Really?
It's, really fascinating. So they literally write the name on these specially designed ballots. They slip them into a silver chalice.
Wow.
And then comes the ritual burning. This is where we get those famous smoke signals from.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Black smoke means no decision.
Yeah.
But when a pope is finally chosen, white smoke billows out. And the world kind of holds its breath.
Right. And then all this drama and the intrigue leads to one big question.
Yeah.
Who gets to be behind that white smoke? Like, is there like a papal handbook or like a set of rules about like who can even be considered for this?
Technically, the only requirement is being a baptized Catholic male.
So theoretically, that means theoretically, you or I could be packing our bags for the Vatican.
Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe not me. But, like,
I don't know about you.
you got to admit, that's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild, but
In reality, though, I'm guessing it's not just some random lottery.
no, absolutely not. While there's no official job description,
Right.
the cardinals, they considered a whole range of factors.
Like what?
Experience, leadership skills, theological views.
And of course, you can't ignore the realities of, like, the 21st century. The church is facing some, like,
Oh, yeah.
really complex issues.
You're right. The world is a very different place than it was even a few decades ago. And the cardinals, they're very aware of this as they deliberate.
So are we talking, like, global representation, stances on climate change, interfaith dialogue, the role of women in the church? It's not just about tradition anymore, is it?
You hit the nail on the head. The church is a global institution.
Right.
With over, as we said, 1.3 billion members from every corner of the planet. They're looking for a leader who can navigate all those complexities.
Right.
And while they're not formally potified, these modern concerns, they definitely weigh on their minds.
So to recap, we've got this incredibly intense conclave.
Yeah.
This powerful group of cardinals making a weighty decision.
Absolutely.
And an election process that's, totally steeped in tradition, but is, like, slowly evolving with the times.
It is. And it all kind of leads to a really important question for you to ponder.
Ooh, I like that.
Given the Pope's global influence and the challenges facing the church and the world today, what qualities and experiences do you think are most important for the next Pope to possess?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's one to think about.
Yeah.
I like it. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
See ya.
See you later.